What's up guys, this is Oakley and we're going to be covering a little bit of the gameplay trailer that CA released, and I put gameplay kind of in quotes because there's not much gameplay. It's mostly just a really quick flash of map pans fit to dubstep, so you don't get to see too much of it, so that's why I put this already in slow motion, and still you can see it's going really quickly, but it's mostly a teaser for the upcoming event this weekend, and we're going to go ahead and break this down sort of screenshot by screenshot to look at the more important details of the video. But in any case, some of you have not really heard too much from Arena. That's because it's been kind of on the down low. They've been slowly bringing people in to test it, but it is going to be kind of the third prong of what they seem to be doing. So there's going to be the main Total War franchise that we know that does the mix of real-time battles with campaign, the traditional one, and it seems that even that is splitting into fantasy and history. Then their other wing is going to be sort of their mobile platform where they have Kingdom, and then this third wing that they're doing is going to be the free-to-play model. So we'll have to see how this works out. The basic premise is you have 3 units at your disposal. One of them is your general's unit, and then you upgrade those specific units and you unlock different ones. And then after each battle, you unlock certain gold and money and experience, and then you craft an experience around that. But anyways, check out a video. I did an interview with Elliot Locke for more details on that. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you again the maps. So 3 maps have been shown so far, with the 4th one that will be revealed later. And this is going to be the initial screenshot that we saw from the Spartan camp overlooking the terrain. So again, these are historically inspired maps, but of course they make them more playable. So on the left you can already see it's more forest, in the center it's more open, and on the right it's going to be the chokehold. So I like how they're diversifying the maps. They have a lot of risk reward. They have different sort of play zones for each different type of unit. Because you only have 3 units, you have to be very specific about which units you do bring, and you have to use them the most ideally. So for example, here you can see the Phalangites moving out perhaps in the center of a map, and this is something because each player can only bring 3 units. Each player, I believe, I'm not sure, but I think they're locked into a certain type of role for each battle, but maybe you can mix up your troops. But yeah, typically you'll see people sort of take the cavalry wing or the heavy infantry or the scout wing or the skirmisher wing, and here for instance you can start to see all the different player icons over each of these units. You start to see how this is the new battle experience where it really breaks down sort of by officers, and I'm tempted to, I'm really excited to see how the coordination works with this live stream on this coming Saturday, to see how the teams pull it off. For example, here you can see one of the side passes, a little cinematic video view at least of Thermopylae, the 300 Spartans holding that pass. I myself have not really played the game. I know a lot of people are in alpha testing, mostly in Europe, but they're going to be moving on to have American servers hopefully soon. The next map is going to be Salernum, which we already covered, but basically this one is unique because it has urban settings, so a lot of streets that you can fight in, so you get to see a little bit of a pan. It looks like they're reusing a lot of the models from Attila and Rome in this, which isn't too bad. And then here you can see a little bit of the troops navigating inside of the city. It'll be interesting to see how this works. It looks like they've really tried to make a really maze-like approach to this, because obviously in the chokehold of the streets, that's where you want to put your spears, but obviously they want to make it balanced, so you'll be able to move around this. Yeah, it's going to be cool to see how that plays out, especially in the live stream. I think they're going to be doing 3 battles on each map, or perhaps 4. And then in this one, this is also maybe the heights around Salernum. And you can see how the archers have a lot of places where if you're a skirmishing guy, you want to position yourselves up on the high ground. From what I have heard from people who've been alpha testing is that archers and skirmishers are overpowered at the moment, and that they'll probably have to be nerfed just because they have infinite ammo and they're just really cost effective if you can't get cavalry into them. And this is going to be Marathon, so another historically inspired one, and they have the nice aesthetic view of the ships here, so it's cool to see those finally in the mix. And I wish we had more maps like this in Rome 2 or Attila that were highly themed, highly tailored, balanced for multiplayer. It's something that I don't know why they're shying away from that. They seem to be running in the opposite direction, particularly when you look at a map like this which has fortresses on either side for Arena. It looks great. I would love to see multiplayer maps like this in Rome. I mean, just look at this fort. That is the kind of detail and the kind of fort that I would love to see on the campaign. A lot of entryways, towers, walls that you can man, but then also ways to get around it. Now here they have a little bit of a cinematic shot of the Spartans. The Spartans and the Greeks are going to be one of the factions you can choose from. You can choose Leonidas as one of your generals, but I don't think he will be his own individual, one-man unit. He's going to be embedded in the first of the 3 units that you select. and this is going to be sort of the central combat. You can see how chaotic it is. It's going to be, like I said, each player controls 3 units, and so if you have 10v10, that's 30 units per team, 60 in total. It starts to be pretty chaotic. So I really hope that you can make order from this chaos, because from what I've heard, it can get really chaotic if you don't have the right people for the team and no one's coordinating. So hopefully they implement ways to have people, coordinate more, and they incentivize that. And this is going to be some of the combat in the middle, some cool fire mechanics. Artillery, you can bring artillery, so it seems like those are going to be raining down hell on the troops in the center of the battlefield. So I think I'm most interested in actually having players just control subdivisions of their armies and seeing how those strategies work out. Hopefully we'll be able to see some more legit, not MLG, but actually, multiplayer focused a community pop up which uses skill, and maybe even casters that pop up. I'm interested to see what kind of community develops around Total War Arena. As a free to play, we'll be seeing a lot of infusion of new players, so I'm interested to see what'll happen, but I hope CA doesn't take this as their only expression of multiplayer. I think multiplayer needs a lot of help when it comes to Rome 2, Attila, and their other series. This is something they've been running away from, and I think it's something that I'm going to start to push against on my channel and try and promote more multiplayer. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for that event this Saturday. It's going to be at 1700 o'clock ESL, or CES, Central European Standard Time, or something like that. But anyways, just go ahead and click the links below. It'll bring you to all the details. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.